In today's video, we are going to be reviewing the YesWelder MCT520. This is a 6-in-1 machine that does include plasma cutting. It is available for $600 on Amazon. We're going to break down everything that it comes with, the setup process, and run it through its paces, and then give it a review at the end. So starting off with the machine itself, I will say we're going to power this on just for a second, because the first thing that stood out to me, I'm not sure if you guys can pick up how loud the machine is, but we're getting a little bit of a glare. However, the display is really nice. We're talking huge numbers, very easy to operate. I was actually really impressed. Like I said, you can see myself. That's kind of the only maybe con, is that it's pretty reflective, but it does make it very easy to see. And so I'm a big fan of that display out the gate. So big W there from YesWelder. I was not expecting to see a screen quite that big on this small of a machine. Now, moving over to the back, as the welder does power down right here, you'll hear it power down in a second. It does come with the included regulator for plasma cutting, as well as a tube for that. It does come with a gas hose. However, what it does not come with, the only thing, it does not come with a regulator. So we already had one. That's not a problem for us, but keep in mind, if you're picking this machine up looking to MIG weld with gas, you are going to need a regulator. That's maybe a slight complaint. Out the gate, it is still ready to weld. You can do flex core, you can do stick, you can, and other things like that. But to MIG and TIG, you will obviously need a regulator. So, but at the price point, you can't really fault it too much. It does come with a lot of other accessories as well. Obviously, you do have a ground clamp. That goes without saying. Pretty standard. Nothing too crazy there. This machine is dual voltage, so you have an adapter to convert to 110. I'm obviously a huge fan of that. Obviously, during most of the testing, we'll try to run this on 220 because that is where the machine is going to perform the best. But having the versatility to run on 110 when needed is absolutely awesome. Other accessories, obviously, we do have the MIG gun included right here, which is pretty standard from YesWelder. It's on the smaller side, but I'm honestly a bigger fan of that. It can kind of reach into smaller spaces. Build quality seems pretty decent on that as well. Other things that do come in included with the kit, you do get extra nozzles as well as a tool for the MIG gun. You get extra rollers as well as some fittings and thread tape for the regulator. It comes with a chart as far as settings go. We might be referring a little bit to that later. It comes with extra air hose. Once again, I don't think you need this much. They always send you a bunch extra, so that's just kind of a nice little thing. We do have the whole TIG setup is in here. I didn't want to open this quite yet, just because of all of the little components. We'll probably get to that towards the end of the video. But you do have the TIG torch and everything in here. And then you do get extra liners for the MIG gun, which I thought was really nice. Happy that they threw those in. And then here is the plasma torch right here. It's got this little safety guard. I would say, you can obviously just take this off. One of my little minor complaints is the safety guard, but it is there for a reason. So the plasma torch there as well. And then lastly, here's a look at the gas hose. This is the included gas hose. It's actually pretty soft and pliable, but like I said, we're not using that because we already had a regulator with the air hose on for our situation. And then if you do want to weld out the gate besides flex core, this would be your only other option, which is stick. It's not going to be our primary focus here in this video, because I think most people are going to be picking this machine up for both MIG or plasma. So the very first test that we want to put this through is MIG welding. This is like the basic. It's got to be able to do this. I've reviewed YesWelders in the past. They've always welded well. I'm assuming that this one will as well, but we have to make sure it does. Now we're going to try on its synergistic mode at 155 amps. It's a little different than setting everything manually. It adjusts the voltage for you. So 155 amps, and it adjusts it to around 19 volts. We're running some 1/8 inch plate. This is my first time actually welding with it, so we'll see how it performs. But let's just jump straight into this. Start off by tacking this piece up right here. Feels good out the gate on those first two tacks, but let's run this a little bit and see what it looks like. Well, just like I expected, that machine ran really good, synergistic at 155. Keep in mind this machine does top out at around 200 amps. Let's see if we can show this, if this will focus on here for you guys. So just a little bead out the gate. Once again, this is 1/8 inch plate. We are running the mixed gas, so this is not 100% CO2. This is a 75-25 mix, but I'm not surprised to see this at all. We will crank it up here and test it on some other stuff, and then we'll be testing it on our trailer project here in a second as well. But out the gate, very impressed. This is what I have come to expect from the quality of YesWelder. This is like the basic level of welding that you need to be able to do, but it does it exceptionally well. It runs just as good as many of the big name brand machines that I have ran in the past. So next up, we're gonna be maxing out the machine. We're bumping up to some 1/4 inch plate, and we have it still on the synergistic setting, so 200 amps. It's pushed the voltage up to 21.7. So let's see how this runs at its maximum output for MIG. We are using 035 wire. All right, so once again, the YesWelder performed very good, just like I thought it would. Even cranked out at 200 amps. Obviously, being able to weld 1/4 inch plate is pretty thick. It's a pretty big deal. Not, I say for most people, especially like hobbyists or even more serious fabricators, 1/4 inch is often the thickest material you will be welding. Now, obviously you could weld thicker, you might have to do multiple passes, but being able to run 1/4 inch in a single pass is a pretty big deal. Now, you are tapping out the machine. It does have a 60% duty cycle at 200 amps for MIG, but if you're down to 150 amps where we were before, it has a 100% duty cycle, at least according to the back of the machine. So that's actually really impressive. So if you're welding 1/8 inch or under, you should be able to run this machine all day long. Now that we've seen it run for MIG, which is, you know, past the first test, I want to see it plasma cut. So let's get it set up for plasma cutting, and let's cut some 1/4 inch plate with that and see how it holds up there. All right, so that was my first cut, and it went pretty smooth. Any sort of irregularity that you're seeing is because of me. So this is 1/4 inch diamond plate, so it is actually thicker in some spots. It cut super, super smooth. For the plasma cutting feature, it only goes up to 50 amps, but we were cutting at 35 there, so it can cut thicker material than that. So we're going to finish cutting this piece off right here. We got one more cut to make, and then we're going to throw it on our trailer project, and then we'll test some of the other features after that. All right, so we're gonna go for a little bit of a cleaner cut here. We have a piece of angle iron clamped here to hopefully get a cleaner cut. We'll see how this works. We're at the same settings, 35 amps. Much cleaner cut, as you guys can see, came out really good. Very impressed with the plasma cutting feature so far. So we'll get this piece cleaned up, we'll get it on the trailer, we'll tack it and weld it on, and then we'll test out some of the other features. So to switch back to MIG welding mode, all we have to do is take the ground clamp out of the plasma cutting section and put it back to the normal ground section, and then we come over here to weld mode, and you can see it's on cut. We're going down through stick to synergistic MIG, and then we're actually going to turn this down just a little bit. I know we are welding 1/4 inch, but we're going to weld it to 1/8 inch, so we're going to go about halfway in between, so about 175 amps, and give that a go. All right, so I think this is a great showcase of the versatility of the machine as we plasma cut out some diamond plate for our overkill trailer fenders that we are building, and then we stitch welded them on with the MIG. And honestly, it's a great combo so far. I haven't ran into any issues. Very impressed. The cut quality, super clean, by the way. Minimal grinding required to clean up the edges. A lot of the slag just knocked off, and obviously using that straight edge made a much better cut. So a great fabrication machine overall. Let's test out some of the other features. So to switch the machine over to TIG mode, all we did was we made it electrode negative. So we moved this over to the negative, we moved the ground over to the positive. We hooked up the TIG torch here where the plasma cutter was, and then hooked up this wire as well. And we just switched the machine over. We also had to change our gas over there to 100% argon so we could TIG weld. Now what we went ahead and ran, we did just a little bit of fusion on some stainless steel. And as you guys can see, it turned out pretty good. It does run pretty good. You can see at the beginning we were getting a little bit more color, and then as it got hotter, some of that color went away. So it does run pretty dang good for a TIG machine. The only downside to a TIG machine like this is you don't have any variable amperage. You need a foot pedal or something like that to be able to change the amperage. It's just on or off, which is still pretty versatile. You can still do a lot with that, especially if you know what you're doing. But being able to vary the amperage via a foot pedal is more for a dedicated TIG machine. This is just has the ability to TIG. Also, downside, you're not going to be able to TIG aluminum with this. It's DC only. So if you guys do want to weld aluminum, it does have the option to run a spool gun, which I do not have. That would be the only way to weld aluminum with this system. We went ahead and tested the stick function there. We ran some 3/32 60-10 rod. The rod was a little bit old, so don't hold that against the machine. And I haven't stick welded in a long time, so it can do it. I would say that is not the main priority if you're looking to pick up this welder, but having the versatility of being able to stick weld is really nice, and adding that. So as you can see in front of me, we made quite a big mess testing out all of the different features of the YesWelder MCT520. Now, what are my overall thoughts? My overall thoughts is that this is a great machine out the box, especially for the price. The versatility that you get for the $600 price point is pretty dang good. It's hard to beat. Now, there is a few additional costs that you will need if you want to use this machine to its fullest. Like if you want the spool gun add-on, it doesn't also come with tungsten. So if you're going to TIG weld, you do need to provide your own tungsten. You probably get a better gas lens and stuff for better coverage anyways. So I don't see that as too big of a deal. Now, the target audience for this is going to be, I would say, more intermediate. It could still be a very good beginner machine because it does allow for a lot of growth. But your intermediate to advanced level, like home fabricator, I think is who would benefit the most from a machine like this. As you guys saw at the beginning, being able to plasma cut out a piece and then just MIG weld it on all with one machine, very versatile. It also doesn't come with a regulator, which once again, I don't think is the biggest knock against it. I do wish that it would, but not everybody is going to MIG weld. But if you're more serious about fabricating, you're going to be using gas and MIG welding anyways. You can do flex core without the gas. So we tested all the different forms of welding, the MIG, the TIG, the stick, and the plasma cutting. And the only things we didn't touch on, like I said, is the spool gun because we don't have that, but that is a nice option to have. So overall, another great product from YesWelder. It did make it easy that obviously I already have all these other, I have the other argon, so I could test the TIG, I had the regulator, we had everything already on hand, and tungsten and all of that good stuff. So it wasn't for me too much of an extra cost for things I already had. But like I said, the main highlight, affordable, very versatile, and the MIG machine runs really good. The synergistic settings, I think they changed them from the last YesWelder that I had tested. They run really good. They were really smooth. I was very impressed with that. And the plasma cutting, very smooth. The only issue with the plasma cutting was operator error. So it's very nice to see, especially when we got the straight edge, it came out much, much smoother. So it's obviously not the machine's fault, it was user error there. And then stick welding is nice that it can do that, especially you are seeing that we are outdoors here. So not the most ideal situation for the TIG specifically, and even for the MIG, but being able to run that stick, you can run it out in the wind. You could also flex core in the wind as well if you're not using any gas. So it just gives you a lot of options. It's also in a very small package. It's very light, and especially depending on what wire you have in here, it could be even lighter. If you put a big old heavy roll in there, then that's going to be a lot of the weight, honestly. The machine is very light, has pretty good duty cycles, like I said, overall. So you can do some serious work with this machine. So a huge shout out to YesWelder for sending this machine out for me to review. I do highly recommend it. There will be Amazon links down in the description and in the pinned comment if you guys want to check it out. I highly recommend the versatility of it. Like I said before, I mean, you can't really go wrong. These days, these machines are getting so good, like this machine from YesWelder. Plasma cutter, MIG, and being able to TIG. I think it's more of like a niche thing for the TIG. I wouldn't be picking this up as a dedicated TIG machine, but the fact that it has the ability to do that is really unparalleled. So very, very versatile machine from YesWelder. Highly, highly recommend it.